The story on the Dallas schools. Dallas schools are now going to provide breakfast and lunch for free for all students. Well, can you get the NBC report from Dallas? Can you pull that up?
I'm looking here. Yeah.
It's amazing. All right, so they're going to provide lunch and breakfast for all students in the entire district. Now, I'm gonna let them tell you the reasons why they say they're doing it, because it's going to save so much money by feeding lunch and dinner for everybody, or lunch and breakfast for everybody. It's going to save for free. It's going to save a lot of money. Okay, right. I think this is Cloward and Piven collapse the system, but more importantly, this is again indoctrination. This is teach kids from the very beginning that mom and dad do not provide breakfast or lunch. There's only one meal left. Mm-hmm. That mom and dad do not provide that. The school provides that. The state provides that. By the time you get out of school, you'll be like, why am I paying for breakfast? I've never paid for breakfast a day in my life. Why am I paying for it? See, you have to remember, we used to have to make our sandwiches ourselves, and we used to have to bring them. We used to have to get up in the morning and make our breakfast ourselves. We used to have to pay our way. So that's one of the reasons why we are so against these things, because we remember in our childhood, well, wait a minute, I had to do that. But once you indoctrinate your kids that mom and dad are not responsible at all for breakfast or lunch, that the state is, you are on your way to that communist utopia where it's universal housing, universal education, universal health, and universal food. You are to universal toilet paper lines, because that's what happens. You stand in line eventually for toilet paper because nobody does anything anymore, because the state has taken everything, including the will to do anything. And so people stand in line for toilet paper, and that usually lasts about 70 years. I want you to know that these lies usually last 70 years. So when Cuba went into their communist revolution, they just are beginning to have the chance of coming out of it. It happened in the 1950s. In the next 20 years, they could have the chance of getting out. But it takes 70 years to get out. It did for the Soviet Union. It's that way pretty much every time. 70 years of darkness. If we lose it, and remember, we're the United States of America. There's nobody else fighting for this. If we lose our freedom, we will never see it again, nor will our children. It will take 70 years to get out of the darkness, and we're close. And here we sit with a school district in Texas, Dallas, Texas, that is claiming that this is actually going to save money. How is that even possible? They say it's going to save money because of paperwork. They do so much paperwork now. So much. They
must do